Hey, this is Patrick. In this very short video, I'm going to talk about a very cool feature called Autovivification and demonstrate it in Ruby. So Autovivification is amazing and apparently hard to say. It's a feature that makes code more readable, it saves time, it's fun, and it's a little bit sort of magic. And if you don't use Autovivification, your code could be less readable, you will lose time, and you will be very sad. So what is this thing? It's a feature that pre-populates data structures. I learned about it with Perl. It's, however, present in PHP natively and can be implemented with Ruby, Python, Java, and probably others. And so here's an example in Perl. So I assign to a hash table just an empty hash table, the A, and then I assign an index and a second index, and then I dump it, and it worked. No warning. It pre-created the two things, the two hashes, which is really nice. And this allows you to initialize deep data structures with a lot less code. And let's go to console and text editor, and I'll show you a few examples. First with Perl, show you a little bit the bugs, why it's slightly weird in Perl, and why it wasn't natively implemented because of that in other languages. However, when used properly, it's very cool. Welcome to my trusty terminal window. So with this, I'm going to open a text editor and run the commands. And so I'll just call it AV for auto-vivification because I can barely say that. And here it is. So here's a very simple example. Is this typing? Yeah. Be in Perl, use warnings, use strict, because I like to do things cleanly. And I'm going to show you some weird things that happen and that are sadly kind of part of Perl. Like I'll put it in quotes, it's a bit nicer. However, it works also without equals 1. But there's also a really weird thing, is that if you do say print $A, B, C, or crazier, delete A, say C, D, and then print dumper of the this array. I'm gonna show you exactly why it's a bad idea. It's to have it as a default thing is not necessarily a good idea. So here we go. And let's execute it. I'm gonna put this on the side so we can follow. Yeah, AV. Here we go. You see this first one, AB, did exactly what we wanted. However, look at that. Line 9 uninitialized. However, because I called that, it kind of pre-populated with an empty array, whereas neither existed. That's crazy. And then the delete also never existed. So to make this actually work, I would have to do if exists A index C, then I would execute it. Otherwise, yeah, here it's doing what we wanted to do. So this obviously is not super nice, which is why it's not directly activated in other languages. It's also a bit magic. So now I'm going to show you what happens if you do this in Ruby. Let's get rid of this Perl thing. I'll open av.rb and yes, I've been in Ruby. I'm going to just say that A is an array, and I'm going to say that A equals B and C. That's perfect. So here I'm gonna get an error because it's not auto-vivified. Actually, what I should do is dimension this like that and like that. Whoa, I feel so smart. Okay, if I run av.rb, here we go, nil. Why? Because if a equals this, a, b is nil. So we can do a very funny thing called a monkey patching, which is transform the new method so that if it's nil, it actually returns instead of nil an empty array, like Perl does it. So you should not use this as a default thing. It's only if you want to initialize multiple multiple level structures, which there are use cases for that, such as you're going through things with two indexes and you want to index them in memory and then do a each and each, like a for each and each composed, and you'll get to it. So I'll show you an example. So I initialize it with, say, a equals, now I'm not using this in here, I'm going to put it like that, equals this. So this means that for a new hash k will be the default proc. So it's going to initialize it. And this means that if I do h b, it's going to return an empty hash. And then b equals nothing. So this is exactly the same behavior as Perl, which is great if this is what I want to do. However, I can still do like that with the equals, and this is not the return, and it actually works. Look at that. But and now I can do a like that, and then a, woohoo, it pre-initializes. So this is the general thing. And now I'm going to show you a real use case. I'll take my text editor back again. So say we want to count things by name. So here's a simple example. So we have this a that's pre-initialized, and then we have our list that's equal, say, to I'm gonna make it like that, which is Bob Payne and John Payne and John X and Super X. So this is like first name, last name. So we have two people in the X, two Johns, two Paynes. And we want to maybe display it by family. So the way we would do this is to iterate on this array, blah, blah, blah. F name, L name, and I'll say that A, F name, L name is true. Or even we have a third thing like the age, 33, and 10, 33, doesn't really matter. Data, F name, L name, age equals data. I'm sorry, because this iterates on the elements one by one. And then I can do like this. And then require pp. It's like Perl's dumper, and pp on data on A. So this is going to auto-verify it. Let's run this. Yeah, see, Bob, John. So it actually there put. Oh no, I put it by first name. So here's I actually wanted to group them by last name. And there we go. So this is pretty nice, which means then I can say a dot each do L name data dot each do F name age, and I can say that here I can put family F name and an empty line, and we can say that F name is age, like that. Wait. L name, F name. Ugh. It actually even told me. Yes, perfect. So family pane. I'll even put a little return here. There we go. Look at that. So this is a way with auto-vivification to make it work. So what would I have to do without auto-vivification? Say A instead of this is just this. I'm messing around a bit to show you what would happen. Bam, error. To make this work, I would have to do if A dot if not A has has the key L name, then A L name equals this, and actually I'd have to do that. And imagine if there are 3 levels, I'd have to do like 3 levels, and if I'm doing it like twice, say for example I get a B that's like that, and I want that one to be initialized the other way, like with F name and L name, I would then have to say this is A by F name or whatnot. Yeah, B. I would have to actually do this thing again. And then B, B, and yeah. So how readable is this? So this will work, okay? I'll do it again. Wait. L name, F name, sorry. This will work. However, as you see, I already got mixed up myself, and it's something I'm doing it. And here's our result. Whereas, look at this. And I just say, like that, this thing. And auto-vivification saves the day. Ta-da! So here it is. This is an example of using it. Obviously, you'd use it when you're collecting maybe real data, such as statistics with several indexes or whatever to, I don't know, pre-consolidate it or whatnot. But yeah, here it is. So if you have any questions or anything, well, just send them to me, comment, subscribe, and thanks. Goodbye.